On the phone from Washington, D.C., Bay Area Congresswoman Jackie Speier. Thank you for joining us, Congresswoman. Your reaction first.
Well, we've just come from a briefing. The whole caucus, Democrats and Republicans, very emotional, sobering, standing ovation given to the police officers, Capitol Police. A lot of discussion about the importance of toning down the rhetoric. We all held hands and prayed together, and we're now on our way to the House floor where there will be comments made by the Speaker and the leader, and we will adjourn for the day. There's a great deal of concern for people's safety right now, and I think it's really important for the members of Congress to stand together to show the American people that we will not tolerate a kind of violence and hate speech, and that we will rise above it.
And Congresswoman, sorry to interrupt you, but I wanted to ask, because you just had this briefing with other members of the House, I imagine security for members of Congress was brought up as well, because Representative Scalise had his own security detail because he's House Majority Whip, but most members of Congress do not. Do you think that will change because of what happened, and would you like to have security?
Well, the issue is when a large group of House members are together, I think a real question has to be asked, should there be Capitol Police or police protection? Because, in fact, they become a target. As individuals, we, do not have any kind of security detail, only the leadership of the House. So it's the Speaker, the Majority Leader, the Minority Leader, and the whips who have that kind of protection. Whether or not that is something that we want to look at, I don't want us to become a police state, certainly, but I think personal protection is a serious one. One member stood up and said while she's at church on Sundays, they come and put tombstones on her lawn and picket her outside her church. So what we've got to convey to the American people that we can differ in terms of policy without creating a hateful and vicious environment.
I was going to ask you about that, Congresswoman, because do you think that the political atmosphere in this country has directly led to these acts of violence, or is it that, unfortunately there are disturbed people out there who will do this, and no matter what, it's going to happen?
Well, I think there's both. I think the president needs to step up and show that we can differ without calling names and being vengeful, and that will, be distributed throughout the populace. And I certainly think we as members of Congress can show by our own personal acts that we are capable of being dignified and respectful of others' opinions and work to some common ground.
Congresswoman Speier, I think you said that your congressional work is being adjourned for the day. What does tomorrow look like for you and your colleagues, and Friday? Are there any immediate changes that you're learning of?
No, I don't believe so. In fact, there was a decision made that the baseball game, that is a traditional summer event that takes place and is a cheer event, will go on as scheduled tomorrow. All the members applauded that.
And it's a tradition, that Congressional Baseball Game, that's been going on for more than 100 years. It's seen as this lighthearted moment, one of these truly nonpartisan things that Democrats and Republicans get involved in for charity every year.
That's right. And then there's one that takes place the following week, the women's game, and the Republican and Democratic women serve on the same team against members of the press, again, for charity. So let's hope this could be the start of a kumbaya moment.
Congresswoman, where were you when you heard this about this shooting? And did someone come to check on your safety, after, I assume that safety was ramped up after this happened?
Well, it was around 7 o'clock in the morning, so I was just getting ready for work, and I got a text from a member of my staff, and then a number of texts, but no, there was no one who came to my apartment.
All right, Congresswoman Jackie Speier, thank you so much for joining us on the phone this morning from Washington, D.C.